Las Vegas chef Jeremy Wood is preparing pork tenderloin that has been marinating for hours. It will sit on a bed of chopped vegetables, then sliced into medallions. Sound like something heading out to a high-end dining room with a high-end bill attached? It's actually going to homeless clients here at the Salvation Army.
Things about having been homeless here for a few years was that I ate a lot of food here that was terrible. And so I wanted to make sure that people really never had to suffer that kind of indignity around here again.
Chef Wood runs the kitchen here at the Salvation Army now, but he used to eat here a few years ago after finding himself in a position he'd never dreamed possible.
10 years ago, the large economic crash of 2008 was especially rough on me. Lost a lot of what I had and found myself in a position where I was homeless, something I never thought I'd expect to be in my entire life.
Like so many people on the streets, Jeremy had a good job. He worked with computers, but when the recession hit, he lost everything, and seeking shelter, food, and other basic needs became his full-time job.
Having no real experience with it, thinking that I would be warming my hands around an oil fire drum because that's what I saw on TV and movies, I had no idea what to expect.
He found his way to the Salvation Army, but that was just the start of what would become several years without a place to call home.
Of course, during that time I felt here I had just been super successful, so I didn't need all that help. I was only going to be out here like a week, you know. Next thing you know, a week turns into a month all of a sudden is a year, and kind of stuck once you're down that far, it's kind of hard to get back up sometimes.
When he finally came to terms, this was not going to be an overnight journey. He started off doing volunteer work at the Salvation Army kitchen. That's when the chance for a career change came, from computers to cuisine.
So I came in, and at that time they were actually taking students in for their current culinary training program, where they partner with the state of Nevada, sent 15 students to culinary school at the College of Southern Nevada, which is a fantastic college and a wonderful program.
He excelled in school, and when he graduated, there was an entry-level job here in the kitchen. So he took that and continued to move up to now executive chef. But aside from feeding the Salvation Army clients, he uses the position to feed their souls, their hope, and their confidence.
So many of them would come up and ask me, they'd see that I was still here and still working. They'd say, how did you do it? You're not out there with us anymore. You're not amongst us. How did you do it? And so I took that as an opportunity to introduce some of them to the same program that I went through. I definitely credit it with saving my life, and got as many people in as I could, and that eventually became my mission.
Chef Jeremy Wood knows he could take his training and experience and go to a high-end restaurant anywhere in the world, but he says this is where he believes he belongs.
You have to realize sometimes that those are people's brothers and sisters and fathers and sons and mothers and daughters, and so they're human beings, and they may have just been out there for a week. I would lose the ability to have the real first-hand, hands-on help of somebody that might be really struggling out there, and so it's just kind of a life reward. The rewards over here, money here, but the rewards I get from here are over here. They're much higher.
Nancy Byrne here. I hope you enjoyed that story. For more great stories about the city of Las Vegas, don't forget to click on that box.